Hello guys, you all are welcome back to this Python series, and today we are going to see the basic data types in Python. We are going to talk about list, we are going to talk about tuple, we are going to talk about dictionary, and we are going to talk about set. So let's get started. First of all, what is a list? A list is a collection which is ordered and changeable. So if you want to create a list in Python, is this how you create a list? Let's say item to buy equal to, then what we use to create a list is a square bracket, and then you can, this is an empty list, this is an example of empty list. Then once I just use quotes, if I want to put in string, if I want to create a list of numbers, I can just write 3 comma 4 and so on comma 5. But if I want to create a list of strings, I have to use quotations, as you know already. Then I can say I want to buy food. I want to buy I want to buy, what is this? I want to buy drinks. I want to buy clothes. So I've already created my first list here. But if you look under the definition, they say it allows duplicate members and so on and so forth. So if I said I want to buy clothes here, and I still put comma here, and then say I want to buy clothes, you see that list will still print everything for me when I ask the computer to print it for me. So let me print it and see. Print item to buy. So save it. Then if I want to print item to buy now, let me run my Python and see what it's going to print. Types dot buy. Like, can you see, I have food, I have drinks, I have clothes again. So that is how we can use list in Python. And you can create a list of numbers and so on and so forth. If I remove the duplicate, it will still work fine. And then one awesome thing about list is that we can add value. We can add other things to list. Let's say if I want to like add more things to my list, all I need to do is just go down and write item to buy, and add dot append. Then whatever I want to append to the list, I'll put it inside this, on inside the quote. Let's say I want to append, I've bought clothes, or I want to buy shoes. Can you see? So once I just save my work now and run my program again, then you see that in my list now I have food, I have drinks, I have clothes, I have shoes. So can you see, shoes have been added. So if I want to remove it again, should in case you added something and you wish to remove it again, this is how you remove item from the list. So by dot remove. Then what do you want to remove? You specify in the quote. I want to remove drinks. And I can save it and then run now and see what will happen. And you can see that from the list, we no longer have drinks. So this is how we can use list in Python. Then the next thing we are going to see, let me remove this print and then copy the list, because we are going to copy the item to buy, because we are going to be talking about data types and I have to be showing you the difference along. So let's go to the next one. The next one is tuple. And then tuple is a collection which is ordered and unchangeable. So now let's create our first tuple. Control V. We already copied the first item to buy from our list. So now look, list we use square brackets, but in tuple we use parentheses. So can you see it? That's the first difference. You replace your square bracket with parentheses, and then this is your first tuple. We have already created our tuple just like the list, they are ordered. And another thing you have to know about tuple is that they are what, unchangeable items in the tuple. They are unchangeable. What they are trying to say here is that when you try to like append more items to this tuple, it will not work. And they said it also allows duplicate. That is, like, we can duplicate clothes like the way we duplicate our clothes in the in that of list. So let's run our first tuple and see. Print item to buy. And you see we have food, drink, and we have clothes. So let's say we want to append like the way we did in the other, we did in list. Item to buy dot append. Let's say we want to buy shoes, just like the way we did in the other. Then once we save it and try to run it now, I see that tuple object has no attribute append. That is, you cannot add to an existing tuple. That's one thing you have to know. So it's what unchangeable and it allows duplicate. So if I remove this now and then copy clothes, paste it. So let's see what we are going to have this time when we print. So can you see we have foods, drink, clothes, clothes. It allows duplicate, but it does not allow you to append or add to existing tuple. I believe that is that with tuple. So let's copy it again to see the difference from tuple and other data types. And then let's remove this print to avoid printing a lot of things on our terminal whenever we command print. And the next one here is set. And set is a collection which is unordered. In set, set has no order. I can put numbers. I can put things I want to buy. I can put things I don't want to buy. Just any list of anything at all that you want. You can put all of them in sets. So that is what we mean by it not being an order. When we say order, it's just like I want to buy eatable things, or I want to buy writing materials, or I want to buy let's say you have a particular niche of what you want to buy, but when you're not following niche, you want to buy things randomly, you can use set for that. And then another thing about set is that they say it's unchangeable. That is, the item in set cannot be changed. So we will see whether it can be changed and it cannot be changed. And one more thing to know is that it's on index. You cannot access them with the index number. And then no duplicate members. That is, you cannot duplicate members in set. Okay, we'll see all of them. So let's create our first set. Control V. So the first difference between tuple and set is that we are not using parentheses for tuple, but we are using curly braces. Can you see it? So this is what we are going to use for tuple. So this automatically is now our first set. We have our first set now. So once I save it now, Control X and run the program. Oh, I did not print. So let's say print item to buy and save. You see that we have our items to buy now: food, drinks, and that. And you remember it's an order, so I can still add number. Let's say randomly. So if I'm making it randomly, I will not just say items. It's still possible, but I'm not buying numbers, so I will just make it simple items. Let's run it. Why? Okay, now I get. Look at what is happening. Remember, we used item, and we did not change this to items. So that is why we are having the error. I was surprised because they said it's an ordered. So I was very surprised. But let's see what will happen this time. So can you see? They printed the numbers for us: 55, drink, clothes, food, everything was shoveled. Or everything was printed out. Or why was it shoveled? I don't really know why it was shoveled. Then let's try to like run the program again to see if they'll still come in the same order. They still came in different order. So what it really means is that the order where the list brings things out, it does not have a specific order of bringing it. You see, in the first one we printed, 5 was the second to 50, and here now you see that after 50 we have clothes and we have 5. So when we run our program again, it will shovel it and give us another set of our list. Can you see we have drink, we have 50, we have 5. So any of them that does not have a particular, we cannot access them based on their particular position. Let's say now they are index. So let's say I want to access the first index now. From what they say, they are on index. So once I want to access the first or the second index, remember when we are counting in computer, we start from 0. So food is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I try to like access food now, which is the first one, 0, save. You see, when I run it, you see that set object is not subscriptable. That is, we cannot access them based on their index. But that of tuple, we can access them based on their index. Let me go back and show you very quickly. Let me go back and show you that of tuple. Let's say I added another item. I will also check for the numbers if numbers can also be attached to tuple and print it. So, but once I put number in this one, it's no longer a number but a string. So I want to make it numbers. So let's see it. Print. And then save it, run it. You see that it prints everything for us. And if we want to index it now, let's say 0, 1 to 3. I want to print the third item in our tuple to X, and let's run our program. And you see it's printing 40 for us, but that of that of sets we cannot access them based on index. But let's try for list. You know the difference between list and tuple is just the brackets. It's just the parenthesis and the square bracket. So now once I save this again, I try to run it for the list. You see that it's still doing the same function for me. If I want to print the first one 0, it still work. And you see that they are maintaining their position. That is why they are what? Ordered. They are maintaining their position. But since set is unordered, it does not maintain its position. Anytime we run set, we'll get a different new items with different index number. So let's move straight to dictionary. And then dictionary is a collection which is ordered. Unlike set which is unordered, dictionary is ordered. It follows a particular index or it has index numbers. So now let's create our first dictionary. Remember, I will always show you the difference. So let me show you the difference between dictionary and our set. So now we in dictionary we still use the same curly braces, but the difference in dictionary is that dictionary has key and value of the key. So let's say I want to create a dictionary of items. Then my first key is food. Then the value, I can make the value of food that I want to buy. I can make it rice. Then the next one is for my set, I have drink. Then if I want to use it in dictionary, I have to put quotes and then the value next to it. And the value in this case is, let's say I want to buy minerals or I want to buy Coke. I like Coke. And then clothes. What kind of clothes do we want to buy? Let's say I want to buy suits. And then I don't need these numbers. I'm going to eradicate it. So this is how dictionary look like. So can you see this is the key? Why this is the value? This is the key. Why this is the value? This is the key. Why this is the value? So once I save this now and I will print items, run my program, you see that I have food, rice, drinks, coke, clothes, suit, everything, both the key and the value was printed. But if I want to access a particular value, let's say I want to know the particular food I want to buy, I'll just access them based on their index. But in this case, we are not going to use index number, but we are going to use the key to access them. So once I say food, it has to be, it's not a variable, so it has to be inside our quotation. Let's say food, then save, and then I will run it and see. So can you see, for food, I have rice. So if I change the food to like clothes, what kind of clothes I want to buy? Clothes I want to buy. And then once I run the print, it will give me suit. And one more thing you have to know about dictionary is that dictionary they do not allow duplicate members, so we cannot duplicate members. And the items are also changeable, like that we can append, we can change them. I can change the food to another thing, like the way we used to do in the other one. So let's try to like see whether we can use append in dictionary. Let's just satisfy this condition. Item dot items. Be mindful of your spelling. Python is very case sensitive. Dot append. Let's say food. I'll change it to um beans. And then let's run it and see what we are going to get for food in this case now. I'm not really sure, but let's see. Syntax error. Okay, okay. So what can we do here? Has two arguments. Let's run it again. Python types dot type. Item append. Dictionary object has no attribute append. So append does not work in dictionary. Then how are we going to change it? So if you want to change it now, let's say items. This is how we can change our items. I can say item is equals to the same thing here, and then I will exclude some things. Copy, Control V. So we have rice, rice. So let's say in my rice here, I'll say beans, and then in my drinks here, I'll say beer. Don't really like beer that much, but I'll just put it there to satisfy the condition. And in Python, case matters, so I'll just make this one the uppercase. Then this is what I'm going to do. Items is equal to item. Let's see whether Python is going to print out our items for us. In this case, all of our items. But you remember, Python do not allow duplicates. So how is it going to print this for us? I don't really know. Let's try it again and see. So can you see? Now we have updated our list. We have food, drinks, we have food, beans, drink, beer, but it did not print the previous one for us. So how is Python changeable? How can we change it? 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 Let's say now let's see how we can change it again. Let's say here now, let's try this other methods. I just want to show you, I just want to satisfy this condition here, changeable. Let's say items, and then in brackets, I will just say, I will just say food. That's to be input, food. I'll make food equal to, food should be equal to beans. In this case, let's see whether this is going to work. Once I print item, I think this is going to work. So can you see it work? So this is how we can change item in our dictionary. And one more thing you have to know is that dictionary do not allow duplicates. So once I duplicate this clothes now, copy, and I put comma, paste, Ctrl V, and then save it, run my program. You see that dictionary reprinted it for me, but it excluded the clothes for me. Instead of printing clothes, I'm saying only one clothes. So let's say for example I change this clothes to like just instead of suit, I'll just say sport wears. Let's see whether it's going to print it for us. Can you see? It has updated our clothes from the suit here to like sportswear. So it's using the key to print it. So whenever you add the same key, it will update it just like the way we have the same key here. But the value here, suit here, was updated with this sportswear. That is why for clothes we have only sportswear. And if you want to print them based on the key, let's say I want to index it based on the key now. I'll print clothes. It has to be in parentheses. Clothes. Save it, run the program. And can you see it's giving us sportswear instead of suits. So that's how it works. So have a nice day.